Nothing beats getting up early on a Saturday morning, picking up your buddy, and heading to a toy show. We're headed to the Orlando Summer Collectorfest. When attending a toy show in Central Florida, you're pretty much guaranteed to find these items. Star Wars, G.I. Joe, lots of wrestling figures, and a giant bender?
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
Either way, these shows are a blast. There is a lot to see. You're going to get hit with so much nostalgia, and you're going to spend money. And you'd think, after attending these shows for a number of years, and the guy that started a YouTube channel to talk about toys and collectibles, that I would have a list of what I'm trying to buy, right? No, I got nothing. I'm completely unprepared. So every booth I'm going to, I'm getting very excited and I'm like, ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's awesome.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
So from a financial standpoint, this is not smart at all. I don't know if something is overpriced, if it's underpriced. I don't know what the comps are. So it's literally a guessing game at this point. Hello, and welcome to Toy Time Terminology. In today's lesson, we're going to discuss the term comps. When a toy collector or a reseller uses the term comps, what they're referring to is the comparable sold listing. In other words, what an item sold for, a completed transaction, versus an item that's listed, an available item. And now you know. I mean, technically I could just pull my phone out, scan the item on eBay, and see what it's listed at. But going to a booth and doing that in front of the vendor, I feel uncomfortable. I personally feel it's a little rude. That's just me. So thankfully, after being at this for a few years, I feel I have a good pulse on the cost of the items that I collect. And being this is a Central Florida toy show, one of the first booths I come up to is my old pal Mark. You remember the person that sold me these? Now, scanning through everything that Mark has for sale, I look down in the glass case and I see something. Is that sealed? The mutant, the mutagen ooze?
The ooze has never been opened. Yep, it's got the seal on it. Everything's clean.
What you got on it?
$200.
Okay.
The comps are all $275, $300 all day, and
That's
I'm just
your buy
like,
of the
man,
day right there.
I
you
know,
probably
right?
won't see. You probably won't.
This retro mutagen ooze container is something that I've been wanting for my collection. I never had one as a kid, and I found it finally. And Mark had it, and the price was fair, and it was brand new. But to be perfectly honest, like, I don't need 30-plus-year-old slime. I really just wanted the container. Also, I had just walked into the show, and so there was still very much to see. This show overall was stacked with a lot of vendors selling a lot of awesome things. It was also one of the busiest I had ever been to. There was points where you would go into a booth that everyone was crowded around and you just wanted to get in to see what they had that everyone had to see as well. So you're patiently just standing there and just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Hurry up and buy!
One booth I came up to had an incredible collection of mint on card vintage Star Wars. Now, I do love Star Wars. I'm not a diehard collector of them, but these were beautiful. Prices were all over the place, which is typical for Star Wars. But as I walked down the table that this vendor had, I saw the crispiest street sharks that I have ever seen. Like, these literally looked like they had just been pulled out of a shipping box and put up on the table. The main one that caught my eye was the huge Ripster puppet. This is something that I want. It just was so pricey. Like, this would have been all my money. Like, at that point, gone. You know, nothing else. Couldn't buy anything else for this today. It was my budget blown. but also at the same time, like, I want to play with the toy, you know? Like, I would be that person, be like, hey, I'm gonna drop X number of dollars on this thing, open it up. All collectors are gonna be like, and I'm over there playing with the toy. That's just me. So I dried my eyes and waved bye-bye to Ripster and all his pals and kept on going to the show. As I walked further down, I saw a toy line that I've become a big fan of, and that is Mythic Legions. If you love He-Man, or you just like fantasy toys in general, these are the best toys. They are made so well, the accessories are awesome, the posability is there. Like, one of my biggest gripes over the years is you get an action figure and you want to be able to pose them in some sort of, I don't know, action, but they're always falling over because the balance isn't there. The Mythic Legions line, they figured it out. Like, their articulation is there, but the articulation is there with purpose to have awesome fight sequences that you can display these figures. Best figure ever created, in my opinion. I say go buy one, and when you get it, you're gonna say, Weekend Warrior, you're right. These are the best made action figures. Overall, the show is going great. I'm running into people that I know, people that I've seen at other shows. We're chatting, talking about our collections. I'm picking up things for my collection, having a good time. But as usual, I go through this whole show, and there's a toy line that I'm collecting with my wife that I never, ever see.
Now you can have your own special Captain Planet adventure with your favorite Planeteers. There's Wheeler, who has the power of fire, and the daring Linka with the power of wind. You can even use the Planeteers Eco Cycle. And
I don't know if it is a location thing or an interest thing, whatever. I never see Captain Planet toys. I don't see them loose. I don't see them carded. I don't find accessories. At all the shows I've been going to in Central Florida over the past, I don't know, 3 years, never found one. Now, it's not a big line, but my wife and I aren't even trying to collect them all. It's just the Planeteers, essentially, which is, I think, five kids and then Captain Planet himself. So far, the only way I've been able to acquire any of these is go to eBay. I don't get it. Were you Captain Planet sellers out there? Where you at? All in all, it was a great show. I found items for my collection. I made one impulse buy, which you'll see when I show what I picked up. And one thing I do enjoy is the fact that you don't have to be there all day. It's a single room. You can make a few rounds and hang out and converse and then make, hopefully, smart purchases, which I am not always good at. But it was time to wrap it up and head on out, so here's what I picked up. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you're enjoying this content and all the content that I'm putting out there, help me out. Click that subscribe button as well as the bell to get notified when I drop more content. Until next time, remember, Cowabunga.